Your highs, your lows, your loves, your losses. This is your Soul Care Companion podcast, hosted by Marcus and Marion. Your Soul Care Companion podcast, the place where faith, passion, and determination create the greatest stories ever told.
Welcome to yet another episode of Your Soul Care Companion podcast. Tonight we have I would say a special guest, but I say a special guest every time. But this is really a special guest because he's special to me. This is Kevin Johnson Jr. He is, before I call him anything else, I call him my little brother. One of them at least. But he's a comedian. I would call him a Christian comedian, but he's a little provocative. In that sense. He was coming through Atlanta, and every time he comes by or comes through, he makes it his business to come see about little old me. So I thought, actually, Marcus thought it'd be a great idea that we interview him for a podcast, and so. This is very impromptu, but we're going to go with it.
Yeah, we present to you none other than Mr. Kevin Johnson Jr.
Good morning, everybody.
Now, I said tonight, and you said good morning.
Right.
I mean, every it doesn't matter what time of day it is. It's always morning to me.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't matter.
It's morning.
So I'm confused. Tell us exactly what type of comedy you do.
I am just a comedian.
Okay.
That's it. I started out doing Christian comedy, and that became a box to me. And now I'm on a I won't say soul search, but I'm on this voyage to just make myself a comedian across the board. I just want to be a comedian. I just literally want to make everybody laugh. No matter where you are, what you do in life, what platform you're on, like whether you believe, whether you don't believe, I want to make everybody laugh. That's
okay, and listen, like all of that is great, but we got to get to these first two things that you've done, like send the nudes.
Send the nudes!
Whoa, yeah!
Do it on tonight.
So wait, no, for real, like what inspired that?
Literally, it was a part of my little voyage. It was a part of my voyage to branch over into, so everybody kind of thought it was just like run, and which it is a part of myself. Like I am really sometimes provocative to myself most times, but it was just like a moment where I was just like, hey, I'm about to just do something out of the ordinary. I don't know how this branch over is going to happen. So let's just talk about something that everybody is already talking about in private. Everybody's already doing it. Let's just bring it out.
They can't see you.
Let's just bring it out all the way and send the nudes. Like
it was like daytime Bible study. You was like
right. So the night before, I think I did a live. I called it "The Saints Are Sending Nudes" or something about sex, something like that. And I remember everybody started coming in that live. So I was like, okay, this crossover is about to happen. So I was like, all right. Let's do something else stupid. And it was my lunch break. I was like, I'm about to just do something dumb. So I turned on the organ track and I was like, send the nudes. Let's just do it. Like midday Bible study. Be stupid all the way. So,
what did you say? Like it if you say
yes.
amen.
So the trademark when we start the live, and I didn't do it, even though we're on live now, is, when you come in the room, to clap your hands, comment, and open your mouth and give the Lord a praise, share. And I mean, that's just how it's happening. But yeah, it's been really crazy. Send the Nudes has been dumb, and people are still on Send the Nudes. I think that's just the funniest thing. I'll do a live, and I could be being serious. I'll be talking about like world hunger and everything by the end, and somebody just gonna say, the hunger will end if you send the nudes. So I think that's the most amazing thing ever.
So did you get any backlash? Considering you are a churched person, did you get any backlash from the church?
I mean, it's church. There was slight backlash. Like I said before.
Slight?
Of course. There was. I had a pastor. She hit me up in my inbox and she said something about, it was defaming the church's name and all this and stuff. And I said, well, sweetheart, that's nice, but are you going to send the nude? you're wasting my time in this conversation. I just want to know, are you going to get naked for him? I just want to know. I don't. So, and of course, like I said, there was a lot of backlash. I had some people. I even posted something about something. I posted a status one day about sending news, and somebody commented, "Oh, they were so deep," and he meant that thing, and I just didn't care. And he meant it. He was so sincere.
You talking about the one with the Android?
I think so. No, not him. It was another guy. He said this could just turn somebody away from Christ or whatever. And I was like, all right, that's nice. Delete comment. Back to sending. Are you going to do it today or not? It's 12 o'clock. I'm on lunch break. I can look at them.
So I guess my question, did anybody send you their nudes?
To be continued. You know what? And people were like, okay, I'll send news. Let me just be honest. People were like, I'll send these news. And I guess they took me real, like some people did take me real serious. And I guess that's like the people, and I'm not being rude or calling them thirsty or whatever, but I guess that's the people that, kind of have this infatuation that they just need that press. They just need you, like, I guess, shoot your shot, so to speak. And I did have people, like, oh, I'll send news. If you send yours, and I had to clarify, say to God, I don't send them. I just save them. I don't send them. But yeah, to be continued.
Okay. So, all right. So, real quick, before we get to like the real question, the next question is, I thoroughly enjoyed your video when you did it to Ricky Dillard's. What's the name of that song?
I've Got Victory.
I've Got the Victory. What inspired you with the coffin?
Let me tell you something. I heard the song and I heard that part. I think I watched Lillian's video from when they were in Atlanta at Dream Center. I watched it over, I don't know, every morning. And so, being that I watch it every morning, it came to my mind, let's do a video. When I rolled over the next morning, the concept was in my head. When your ex, or when they actually do remarks at your ex funeral and you slam the casket down. And I went home on my lunch break and I did that video.
Wow.
It was like, it was the funniest thing ever to me because I had to do 12 takes because every time I slammed the casket, I fell in and I fell in because I was laughing so hard. Like it was so funny. It was so funny. But yeah, that's what inspired that. Like let's do something. So
wow. Well, the thing is, I feel like, and we are your soul care companions. So, we're all about, helping people to like reach their best selves. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times we've forgotten to laugh. We're living such serious lives that we forget to laugh. What inspired you to be that crossover comedian? Because to me, you connect the world to the church. What inspired you to do that?
Truth. I think a lot of people struggle with bipolar disorder. And not necessarily medically diagnosed, more so than it is induced upon themselves. They try to live double lives, so to speak. We try to, be this and then have this little branch over or this mask in which everybody else sees. And we go home and we hop on our devices and we get on the internet and we tweet one thing and then the next 30 minutes God is good. But 40 minutes after that, you hate everybody and you can't stay in church. And then, on Twitter and on Instagram, it's a different life. It's like, on Twitter, it's like, oh, I wish I was getting some right now. And then it's on I'm just being honest. And on Instagram, it's like I post a little picture here or either I post something there or, their poses with their arms out and their butt showing. And it's like you just don't know who you want to be. And so the crossover with me was just, Kevin, be honest with yourself. Be true to yourself because you can only be you. Like that's the only thing that you cannot get wrong. You can't get like it wrong being yourself. And I had to tell myself first, living your truth, who you are, what what you think about, what you deal with, all that, living that truth, and then express it. Show it to the world. A lot of people are getting caught up in scandals, and that's only because there is a private life that nobody knows about. Not that you have to live that life out loud, but I feel like if you live in your truth, when something does come out about you, people can't help but respect it because you're living in your truth. Mm-hmm. But when you hide in it and you playing 12 different characters all the time, it's kind of like an episode of Scandal, like, ooh, girl, ooh. child, Lord, oh, I didn't know that about you, child. So it's kind of like, I just told myself, live in your truth. Be who you are. And this is who I am. Sometimes I'm saved, sometimes I'm secular. Sometimes I'm savior. Or one of the two.
You.
I'm just me. I don't have a in between. What you see is what you get.
Yes.
Well, I'm assuming that like you didn't just wake up yesterday and decide to live in your truth. What have you experienced, or what has life dealt you in order for you to get to this point where you can live in your truth?
I got tired of faking it. I didn't want to be, because comedians are labeled as depressed drunkards. Mm-hmm. And I got tired of being depressed. All of 2016, I drank every day. I would get out of church on Sunday and I would go to the ABC store and I would buy a bottle of vodka and I would drink. I got in a relationship, and just like kind of some of the stresses from that, from falling out and arguments, would kind of help with that. And then it was just constantly like when nothing would happen, I would drink. Nothing could be going on, and I would drink. And I would drink and I would drink. And I said, I did not want to be this person. This is not who I am. And that's when I started to cut myself off from that. And I said, listen, if you're going to do this and you're going to be who you are, you got to be all the way. And that was December 2016. You got to be all the way and be truthful about it. And I told myself, I said, you were an alcoholic, not anymore. Mm. You were depressed every day, not anymore. You're going to live in this truth, and you're going to be honest with yourself. And there was some other stuff, relationship wise. Like I said, I was in a relationship that ended, and I had some regrets about it that I had to own up to. I had some stuff that I had to, kind of be honest with myself. Like, Kevin, you gave in too much. You were infatuated and fell too hard. You did, and I started to just tell myself the truth. And that's what caused me to want to live in the truth. When I started telling myself the truth. Because I would tell myself a lie. I would tell a lie so good. You know how you can be mad about something, and you be mad about it so much so that you'll start to believe it. You'll start or you'll tell yourself a lie, and you already know it's a lie, but you already told everybody else so you can get out of something. Mm-hmm. But you tell it so good, and you repeat it so much that you start to believe it. It starts to become the truth of you. And I didn't want lies to be my truth. Let the truth be the truth, and that's what I believe in. And so that's what caused me to want to do this bridge over and live in my truth. And I didn't want to be bound by church either. I'm no longer caught up on what church people would think of me, because I realized that church people are regular people.
Right.
And regular people won't tell you that they got stuff going on. Regular people will, they'll try to mask it. Regular people will go out to the club, but you will tell everybody else that you were there. But don't tell them how they got there. Regular people they'll do stuff like that. And I didn't want to be the type of regular person to where I'm sitting up here telling one thing and doing this and scared to do this because everybody else. No, live in your truth. Because if I can place myself there, I'm one of the ones. If the pastor say, hey, you living in sin, sure wills. Sure wills. You want me to call out which one? I'm not about to sit there and lie to you. So yeah, that's I'm sorry for the long rant, but yeah, that's what
but that was actually perfect, because one of the things that we believe in here as Soul Care Companions and on the Soul Care Companion podcast, one of the sayings that we have rather is, when you take back your pen, you take back your power. Mm-hmm. We encourage people to take back their pen and write their own narrative, because so often, we are living the story that has been given to us, or we live in the narrative that has been dictated to us by, our mom and them, our dad and them, mm-hmm. Our family, our church, mm-hmm. or what society says we should be. And we define what we can do, how we can do it, or the success that we can have based on the details in the pen of another writer. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you made the decision to take back your pen. Mm-hmm. And in taking back your pen, you took back your power.
Absolutely.
How does that feel to you now?
Now I feel liberated. I feel like I'm in control. For the first time in my life, I'm in control